Today I'm challenging myself to stop overthinking every single little thing for, let's say, 24 hours and see how it changes my day-to-day life. Did you know that we have over 80,000 thoughts a day? Whew! Just listening to that is like, that's exhausting. And I know many of us think that meditation is about stopping our thoughts. No, it's rather being the observer of the thoughts, like a cloud going by and going, oh, there's that, there's this. And the more you observe and you are not attached to it, the less type of, I want to call them garbage thoughts, will come by. Or as they've said in the past, you squish those ants. You know, they don't resonate with who you are. So it's more about being mindful and not having your mind full of 80,000 thoughts a day. Hi, if you don't know who I am, I'm Christine Gold. I am an empowered empath. I am a medium, author and speaker and creator of the Soul Healers Method and Soul Healers Community. And I think it's safe to say that most of us at some point or another have found ourselves stuck in a never-ending cycle of overthinking. I mean, as the video says, analysis paralysis, because really the more thoughts you have, the more that you run in circles, the less that you make a decision about something. And really that's what this is about. Knocking you off the fence. I know a lot of us sit on the fence and go, well, this side looks greener. I think I'll go over there. But, oh, hold on. You know, behind me was this, this, and this. So you'll sit on the fence. And I mean, I think of Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. What I'm saying here is you've got to make a decision. So what are you not making a decision about? Or maybe it's many decisions. Is it because you're overanalyzing every little detail, every conversation? Do you have to ask people for advice to get their input, and then it kind of muddies the water even more for yourself? And every possible outcome. Oh, what if, you know, we do that. And then we're left feeling super anxious. I know I have been overwhelmed, completely paralyzed. It's like we're constantly searching for that one right answer. And let me tell you, there is no one right answer. It is about a feeling, the feeling. How does it feel if you decide on A or B? And really that's what it's about, is trusting your gut and going, yes, I don't know the whole outcome. I don't know what's going to happen. However, I trust in my ability to go towards that. And let me tell you, it is total freedom. It's total peace. It's becoming totally you, in totality, in synchronicity, in alignment. And it comes power as well, feeling like, yes, I can make a decision. And there is no perfect solution. You know, it's about your mind and your heart coherence together, coming into alignment. So, and let me tell you, overthinking just isn't exhausting. It's incredibly damaging, and it holds us back from living our best lives in this lifetime. Now, when I talk about soul's contract, even karma, you know, if you're not learning your lessons, you will come back in a different form, in a different way, right? So why not do it now? It really holds us back from living our best life. Like I said, taking risks. Oh my gosh. I used to be so incredibly risk adverse, you know, because I would talk myself out of it. And it definitely was a root chakra issue. Not feeling safe, not having enough. This is all intergenerational. But you, that's why you're here. You're listening to this. You're watching this. You're the chain breaker. I want you to pursue your passion. And I want you to truly be present in the moment. That's what presence is. You're not future casting, and you're not living in the past, right here, okay? And yes, overthinking is like a constant companion, always lurking in the shadows. And some of us can refer it to as ego, because ego is here to protect us, right? But it does not run the show and block your one eye, your third eye, your vision, your perception. Now, you don't want it to pounce on your every thought, every move, every decision. It's like think of a decision you're going to make, any decision. And what's the worst that could happen? And we always, and what if I fail? And what if I make the wrong choice? What if, what if, what if? That's all our brain seems to be able to focus on, that reptilian, old, outdated thinking. And before we know it, we're stuck in this vicious cycle of what ifs, unable to make a move, unable to take action, and unable to make a decision. And it's not just decisions, it's anxiety. That's why there's that anxiety bubble is always simmering, because it's looped in fear, it's looped in self-doubt. It's like we're constantly, making every catastrophe possible. And we're assuming the worst case scenario constantly. You get the idea. And assumptions really are about making an ass out of you and me. That's what assumptions are. So let's always look for the silver lining. Let's always go, you know what? I'm going for it. Both feet in, I have no idea, but it doesn't matter what I think. It's about the experience. And failure is not the worst outcome. That means you did something, you made a decision, right? So let me know what decision you're not making. Or even let me know if you've made a decision. I want to know. We want to know. This community wants to know, because you're not alone in this. And it really helps build this community, because without unity, there is no community. Ego, that mindset, likes to think you're separate and you're less than, and you'll be judged and you'll be ridiculed. But those are all based on past traumas and experiences that you held on to. Now it's time to let them go. I always say, let go and let God. Let go and let God. Because God is the only one in control. I'm not in control. You're not in control. You'd like to think you are, but you're not. And I want to say, overthinking doesn't just affect our personal lives, it affects our professional lives. So think of a project you're working on, any project. Maybe this is your own business. You're stuck on a task and you're overthinking every little detail. What if it's not perfect? What if it's not good enough? What if, what if, what if? Right? And before you know it, here we are. You're in that dog chasing its tail. Only the dog is enjoying it. I don't know about you, but I don't enjoy that. You're stuck in this cycle of overthinking, and you've spent hours, days, weeks on one task, and you're not done. Now I'm going to bring in ADHD. That is part of it as well. That's why, when we have this huge to-do list, I say take 3 things off the list. Put 1 for Monday, 1 for Wednesday, 1 for Friday, and see what happens, right? At least you can say, okay, I did 1 out of the 3. Celebrate that, right? Stop second guessing yourself. And that's why intuition development I teach is so important. You will know. You will feel it, you will know it, you will be it, you will own it. And it takes practice. And it takes trusting yourself, and it takes loving yourself. And it takes compassion with yourself, and it takes empathy with yourself. Because you cannot live in that state and then constantly wonder if you're good enough, you're smart enough, you're capable enough. Honey, let me tell you, you are all of those things. You are. Write it on the mirror. I am capable. I am smart. I am the best. And not in an arrogant way, because let me tell you, God did not make a mistake when God made you. So let's not forget about relationships. Man, overthinking can ruin relationships too. It's like, think of a conversation you've had with someone, anyone. If you're constantly replaying it in your head, wondering if you said something wrong, that is a classic empath trait, let me tell you. Wondering if you should have said something different, that one too. Wondering if, what if, and here we are. We're in this cycle of overthinking, and you're not even present in the moment anymore. You're off, launched into that overthinking, over that analysis paralysis and anxiety, and you're not enjoying life because you're too busy overthinking everything. So what is driving overthinking? What do you think is the root of it all? Well, for most of us, it's fear. And I have an acronym for fear because it helps me remember what fear really is. False evidence appearing real. It is false. There is no evidence based in it. It appears to us as an illusion, and guess what? It's not real. Hi. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of not being good enough, imposter syndrome. It's like we're constantly striving for perfection, constantly trying to avoid failure, constantly trying to avoid, well, you get the idea. It's exhausting, totally exhausting. So we're focused on not making mistakes. And then when we end up on our deathbed, we're like, why didn't I go for that? Why didn't I sell everything and travel around the world, for example? I did that. Yes, I did. Um, why didn't I leave that relationship when I knew it was done 4 years ago? Why didn't I go to school? Why didn't I? Why? Here we go, right? So here's the thing. Overthinking isn't a fixed trait. It's not something we're born with. We're not stuck with. In fact, I want to go back. I had a conversation with someone yesterday, a client, and she said, I am the chain breaker. It stops with me. It's not part of my DNA anymore. And I'm like, whoa, okay, hold on. DNA. DNA, yes, you're born with that. However, you can change and adapt your structure at any point in time. And it all starts in the mind. It all starts with saying no more, right? I am not my mom. I am not my dad. I am not my ancestors. They are part of the history. However, I'm rewriting my history. All right? So you need to become aware of your thoughts, aware of patterns, aware of our habits. You can change a habit in 21 days. It's proven. I actually had a challenge called 21 Days to a New You. And if you want a link to that, I'll give you that below. Let me know. We need to recognize when we're overthinking, when we're stuck in a cycle of what ifs. And once we're aware, because that's self-aware, a lot of us talk and we're not aware of what we're saying because it's a recorded response. It's a pattern. It's a habit. If you can catch yourself and say, well, I'm not, oh, hold on. I am curious. I am aware that I have some resistance. And now I'm going to take actionable steps. I can do this. And I'm curious and I'm going to go do it right now. Right? That's action. Once you have momentum, you have action. And then once you have action, ding, 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 goal completed. And I will say, once you have the goal completed, remember to celebrate the little things, please. We tend to be so focused on accomplishing something with a goal, but we don't take the time to celebrate it and just marinate in it. Yeah, I did this thing. Like, and my first of many oracle decks, the empath's journey. That took almost 3 years of me getting over myself and just going to create it. And there's going to be a launch party coming up. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Pre-orders happening now. It's a 44 card deck. I've had a few people look at it. I've had a few people pull cards for themselves and then message me later and go, you wouldn't believe what just happened. When I pulled this card, it activated something inside of me unknowingly. But I was aware of the sign, the symbols, and I'm like, wow, I saw it. I don't know what that means, but I'm like, wow, being in that state of wow, of awe, of childhood wonder. That's where your imagination comes in. That's where creativity just explodes. And that's what we're lacking too, is having more fun. So what's the solution? What's the magic trick? And I don't want to say trick. There is no magic trick. It's really doing the work. What's going to help you stop overthinking? For me, it's mindfulness. Being present, being aware of my thoughts, being aware of my emotions. Are they connected? Or is this a pattern? Or is this a habit? And it's not about avoiding thoughts. Oh no, I don't have any. I'm just going to forget about that. It's about observing them and maybe journaling about them. That's huge as well. And then you start channeling. Yes, you can channel. It's about watching them come and go without being caught up in them like clouds. They're just clouds. Wow. And it's not always easy, but it's worth it. Trust me, okay? Because we're present when we're mindful. We can make decisions with clarity. Actually, that's one of my cards. Crystal clear clarity. The Arctic Fae. And you're probably thinking, what the heck's an Arctic Fae? Well, you will have to join me for that launch party and find out what the Arctic Fae is all about. Like, here's the card. Here's the card. Look at her. She makes stone cold decisions daily. Without hesitation. Yeah, so let's take action with confidence. We can live our lives with intention. Intentional living. So let's sum this up. Overthinking is a serious issue that's affecting our lives in so many ways. And with mental health, it is, and when it's like the nail in the forehead analogy. You have the nail, it's there, and that's all you focus on. But someone comes along, and that could be you as well, to remove the nail, and you're like, instead of having this narrow focus, everything opens up, the bigger picture, wider, expansive energy. So, because we know it affects our relationships, our careers, our health, and our overall well-being. It's not something you're stuck with, only if you believe it to be so, okay? You will overcome it. You will heal. With awareness, with mindfulness in this community and willing to take action. So, if you made it this far, thank you for watching. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Have you struggled with overthinking? What techniques have you used to overcome it? And if you're interested in learning more about stress management, mindfulness, comment below. And thanks again, everyone, for being here, spending your time with me, because this is time well spent, never wasted, never wasted. I'm sending you all so much love. Take care, and please remember, healing begins where the ego ends.